Sports. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. Under center, it's the 2017 Heisman Trophy winner as you get a look at Baker Mayfield.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test his secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
49, guys. Mike.
On the draw, it's Pollard. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Now Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. He's going to field this at the 4. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
And he comes off a tough opening matchup. Threw way too many interceptions in that game. Definitely not the way you want to kick off a new season. So he said to himself, I've got to throw that game out. I'm going to get a fresh start right here in week 2.
Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, man, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over in his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves out that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Mayfield down. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw taken in by Landry. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And the linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's Mayfield. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there.
Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10. You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
Coming right, this is Chubb on the taunts. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They're going to look to throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw to Valdez-Scantling over the middle. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They'll try and throw for it here. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So a big chunk of yardage will be marked off there for that PI call.
And now you know why receivers and the guys throwing the ball They like to collaborate and just heave it up sometimes because you can get these types of calls that go against the defense. Pass interference, and they gain over 30 yards of real estate on that one.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. They run. Chubb. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. It's caught. Beckham. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
He'll drop to throw. He completes it to Beckham, and he's taken down inside the 30. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Chandler Jones, one of the best athletes to ever come out of Rochester, New York, in for the sack. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
I like the thinking there because right after a sack, it can be a great time to call for a screen to your running back and use the eagerness of the defense against him. Able to gain some positive yards out of this one and make things a little bit easier for him on 3rd down.
They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete. Now they're staring at a 4th down as Arizona's defense does its job. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the time, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again.
And shutting him off, now open field. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup of 38.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. Wide open receiver complete. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Mayfield to throw it. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. On 2nd and goal, Mayfield. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Jadeveon Clowney dropping him for the 2nd straight play. Might want to think about blocking him here on 3rd down. Now from way back there after the sack, it's 3rd and goal, a long 3rd and goal. Rosa's kick is good, and that will knock things up here late in the first half. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon, and think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
The Browns drive about to get started, and they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, the combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And again, it's Chubb. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. The drive stays alive. A third down gain of 8. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A give. This is Chubb. And he's going to have a Browns first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
Running lanes run a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On the carry, it's Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Second and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
On the ground, it's Chubb. Chubb will have the first down and much more. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Browns have taken the lead.
Nick Chubb, about as dynamic a runner as the NFL has to offer. He put his talents on full display there. That was some kind of run.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates. They're looking at you. And let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to him. That's not how football works. But he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats.
The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Throwing. Mayfield.
Complete on the quick throw to Moore.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Now Baker going to keep this himself.
A strong running. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice game.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. Pollard now a first down and more. And down to the 16-yard line.
42 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Browns. He's at the 50. 30. 10. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for Browns TD. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is now 17-3. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do. Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the 4th and final quarter. Mayfield on 3rd and 2.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And that last pick 6 may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the 4th quarter. They need points quickly.
Now a dump off here complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 25 yards there on the catch and run. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
On 2nd and 12, Mayfield. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 41. From the gun, Mayfield. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. To the right side, and he's got more complete.
And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield.
And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Picked off by Greg Newsome.
And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
We got him!
Another solid game-changing play for this defense with the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. Dante Fowler in on the stop. Here's 2nd and 9. They run it again with Chubb. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 93 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
They run for it with Harris. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Let's do this.
Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns add on to their lead.
Things are rocking easy here in the fourth quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted. All the media are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, 4 in a game.
Yeah, about the 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along.
They'll drop this underneath to Pollard. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. To throw, Mayfield. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
19 Tiger. Attack Panther. 10.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So, Charles, the bad taste from that opening week loss, that's just a memory now. This has been a very strong performance as they score once again.
Yeah, I know it's only week 2, but you're exactly right, because this team felt they let one get away in the opener. And not only were they determined to not let the same thing happen here, they knew that they had to correct a bunch of things. So everything went wrong in game 1. They took care of business with it in game 2.
Taken in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Mayfield's throw into the hands of Kirk. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. One last shot for Mayfield here. Throw left side complete. That's more.
Good work, boy. Let's go.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Browns, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town.
Zio. Whoa, here I go. I'm jumping out of green balloon. Geronimo, man, I like big wheels, 24s, and I let the paint drip like the hose. Whoa, big cars, suicide doors, I got scores. You don't know my life is hard. Make me wake up in the morning. Chinchilla for the wizard, cause I swear to clip. Queen Latifah, Rigo, living single, but I'm busy like a club. You ain't noticed I was gone yet. Summer jets and family trips is still a bit not relax. I've been gone for a minute. Told you I'd be back, just chill for a minute. Last time I checked, you was on for a minute. Miss me with that, I'll be back in a minute. With my good vibes, man, I like good times and good. Plus I got my recline and I'm watching Sita on the Wi-Fi. I cannot just go away. Can you bring me back to my old ways? Told my mom and dad I'm praying for some better days. Only good vibes Friday to Friday. I'm looking for a highway to get to Mondays. And I'm so up there, like it's going sideways. Kamikaze Sundays, leaning on my Mondays. Baby face like Usher, I just wanted my way. Relax, I've been gone for a minute. Told you I'd be back, just chill for a minute. Last time I checked, you was on for a minute. Miss me with that, I'll be back in a minute. With my pull up, chillin' for the summer. What's up? Rollin' with the big deals, tell them boys to pull up. You are not a big deal, hate to lose my number. Miss me with that, ask me did I stutter, so what? Tell your brother, sister, cousin, mother, lover. I'm real poppin' up in here, and I run it up in here. I ain't even from around here, and I only roll with big deals, homie. Big wheels, got a big wheel. Cocky with it, fresh, gang, shoot, gang, wanna kick it, that's a soccer fit. Bruce Willis with the senses, white tennis with a clutch from Venus. I ain't never flew spirit, run it, I don't win it if I get it. Look, chill chick, I got a lot in my mind pit. Light skin and dark skin, you mess me like a sock. Coming with a banger, it ain't summer, but it's hot. Kids might just have to drop it, cause I want to start.
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Rich Eisen. And it's that time of the year. You can feel it in the air. The start of a new NFL cycle as we get into the offseason. And if you're one of those highly touted quarterbacks entering the draft, particularly the one coming out of LSU, you're going to be in high demand, getting pulled in all sorts of directions. I mean, if you thought you were popular in college, well, just you wait. That's why it'll be key for these kids to make the right decisions with their free time, and not just leading up to the draft, but as professional athletes as well. And that actually sets up our next segment, something we've been teasing since the top of the show.
Brandon, hey, Jordan Wright. We met last week.
Hey, Jordan. Everyone's talking about you and your client. How are you?
I'm great, thanks. Listen, I know you're busy, but could you give me some intel on how you feel he's doing?
Still in the early phases of development. We just got to rewire his system a little bit so we can get the best performance out of him.
I see. Anything that stands out the most?
Loves to compete. Loves it. He wants to win every drill, every time.
Sounds about right.
But I'm just fine-tuning a few things with him so he can get those results.
Cool.
Listen, do you have any more prospects here for me?
Oh, right now, it's just him. He's the only one I rep, actually, since he's also the only one that gave me a shot. But we're building something different here, and people are taking notice.
It starts with one, and that's all it takes. Listen, I gotta head out to these warm-ups, but if you want to stop by the field later this week, let's talk more about your guy, yeah?
I'll be there. Hey, so listen, I know you got a lot to be looking at in here, but this has been more than a tour. Certain things have...
Second week of training here at Nike is in the books, and my man is putting in some extra work on him.
Ready?
Trying to get big, carpet fly. I don't flinch my life, I don't lie. Treat life like I might die. Don't like myself sometimes, but I bet that come with time. Ever feel like the head got screws, a little bit loose? If I lose, ain't no fool, you got deja vu. I'm a man, I'm a dog, I choose. Just know I'm no too. Talk like, gotta figure it out, and I wish I did too.
Set, go! 79 runs! Set, hut!
We went from rags to riches, project fences to living luxury. Now we live.
All right, so let's get to the...
If you haven't heard the name Jordan Wright yet, believe me, you're about to be hearing it a whole lot real soon. She's one of the top young agents in the game, and we're actually live here at Nike headquarters. Jordan, what are we doing out here today?
We're watching the soon-to-be #1 pick get some work in.
Oh, so you're calling it right now, huh? You think he's going first overall? That's a wrap?
Of course. I mean, I can't name one player who has dominated the way he has.
True.
The hype has been building and building since high school, and every step of the way, he has lived up to it. I mean, everyone's still talking about the college football playoff, and that was a month ago.
The college football world have descended upon this grand palace, the Superdome in New Orleans. Tonight, it's the second of our 2 semifinal matchups in the college football playoffs, as we'll see the Oregon Ducks taking on the LSU Tigers. To play in next Monday's national championship game in Miami, we are underway here in New Orleans. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. On 1st and 10, here's Barrett. Escaping the pressure right. And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back.
What's the deal, y'all?
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Back to throw Barrett. Room past the 20. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way up to the 37-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage with a flag down there to boot. So they may back up further. So that one will be accepted. On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he powers his way up past the 30. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Terry. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. A handoff handoff out of the pistol. It's Drake. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. We're scoreless after 1. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
They'll set up a throw. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They could put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Off the play fake, Barrett. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the defense has come up with it.
No wonder they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They'll set up to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Sanders. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 12 yards there and a 1st down. A nice throw right there, Charles. And what a season this young man's had at the quarterback position. 44 touchdown passes, just the 6 interceptions. You'd have to think definitely ticketed to be one of the top picks in the draft come April.
I absolutely agree with that, and the numbers tell a good part of his story, but they don't tell everything. You got to put together the whole package, how respected he is by his teammates, what a leader he is, and that goes along with the numbers you just mentioned, and that's why he is going to be one of those top 10 picks that you suggested, maybe one of 5 or 6 quarterbacks taken in the 1st round in this year's draft.
That'll be a gain of 15 yards. They go play action here on 1st down. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. 1st and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on 2nd and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
Personal foul. This is rushing the passer.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Back to throw here. And that is caught. It's an LSU touchdown from 4 yards out as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Well, that's something, Charles, that we have seen so much this year from him. A great throw there for the touchdown.
And not only did we just see that throw, it makes you think back throughout the season. You talked about it. We've seen it throughout the year. The variety of throws we've seen from him. We've seen every arm angle, different platforms, on the move, in the pocket. Does he have to gun it? Does he loft it? He has all the throws in his arsenal, and he just exhibited one more there for another touchdown.
Point after here coming up. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, the LSU Tigers kick team out there to send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Set to go on offense as they come to the line. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Barrett. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Simpson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They pick up 11 in addition to moving the chains.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
This one complete to Gibbons. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Barrett. Flush to his right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Now how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Oregon. From 4 yards out. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So a late touchdown here just before the half, and that obviously changes the dynamic of this game.
Yeah, in a couple of ways, partner, because they've been shut out up until this point. So now at least they go into the locker room, and Uncle Mo may be creeping over to their side to talk to him a little bit. And second, they're right back in the football game, an extra point away from tying things up.
This fielded right at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Ready to get after it one more time as they go to work with 12 seconds on the clock. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. I think you'd agree that looked like the right call from up here.
No doubt about it. What everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they're usually spot on.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's Brooks. And getting this just shy of midfield and spotted at the 49. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic 1st down.
Rory Abear for the LSU field goal. A 53-yard attempt.
That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good, and this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. The winner goes on, the loser goes home as we start the second half of this semifinal matchup. Taking it about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Ready to get after it one more time. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. That's going to set them back 5 yards. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. He'll drop to throw. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Caught by Avant. And he is out of bounds right around the 34.
Personal foul. This is roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer, that's shades of Charles Davis back in his playing days.
Oh, I sure wish it had been, Brandon. Back in my day, I didn't hit anyone hard enough to rough the passer. I had a number of teammates that handled that for me.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 12 yards on that one and earns him a fresh set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. He'll look to throw. And this one's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target. But he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He'll set up the screen to Drake. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is caught. It's an LSU touchdown. Talking singing something in there with those gloves. One hand catches the first stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands were a little later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
A little stinger, but a touchdown. After the touchdown, the LSU Tigers kick team out there to send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Oregon offense on the field, ready for their next possession. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start with the option. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Well, that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge game, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
That one goes for 36 yards. So
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Barrett. It's caught. Cameron, left side. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 13 yards, and it keeps the drive moving.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. We have played 3 quarters. Back now here on EA Sports. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11 as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Oregon. A 5-yard touchdown. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2. I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Avant brings it in. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. Tie game in the 4th quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. 3rd and long coming up defensively. You pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
On first down, Drake. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. They stay on the ground with Drake. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will take this in. Touchdown, LSU. Damian Sanders in the final minute. And his guys are going to take the lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total. All he did was get the ball quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
The play after is good. And the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, the LSU Tigers kick team out there to send this one away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The Ducks set to go on offense as they come to the line. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
Well, to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away, but you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means you got...
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11.
When you're in man coverage, you have help over the top, you become a much more confident defender. Trail the receiver and know that someone over the top can make a play, and that's exactly what happened here. The free safety coming up with the interception.
They'll run on first down. Crabtree. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. And they take a knee. So led by a collective team effort.
Well, we're now just a few days away from the College Football Playoff Championship game, where one of the nation's top quarterbacks will take the field one last time in an LSU Tigers uniform. Now, there's no...
Well, Well, some of the biggest stars of the college football world will be on display tonight as we welcome you to Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Tonight we play for the College Football Playoffs National Championship, as we'll see the Clemson Tigers taking on the LSU Tigers. Set for football now in South Florida. Strap in, folks. It's going to be a good one. And we are underway in the national championship game. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. On first down, it's Taylor. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards on the game's opening play. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
On second down, here's Henry. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Taylor now to throw on third down. Flushed out right, and he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Taylor will throw. Nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked. Found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Third and long, it's Taylor. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. He did his best to just get 4 onto that, but not enough. And now fourth down. The Clemson punter out there now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
There is something to a game plan. We're trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. And again, only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. They'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
On 3rd and 1, it's Taylor. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
And his kick here is good. And that will break our tie and give him a 3-point lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Bengal Tiger offense, if we differentiate them, they are set for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
A big play there on the catch and run. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he rifles one incomplete. Crabtree, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Hauled in by Avant. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. On 3rd and short, Drake. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They run it with Jacobs. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field, and that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
And that is caught. It's an LSU touchdown from 10 yards out. And LSU has jumped out in front. So they're able to capture the lead here just before halftime.
And not only that, they get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
This is almost like basketball down the stretch, right, where you get the 2-for-1 situation. We're trying to get 2 shots to your opponent's 1. In this situation, they got the touchdown. They'll get another shot out to start the second half.
Could be a big turnaround. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Clemson Tiger offense have to specify that. They're set for their next drive. And we'll see how aggressive they want to be in these final stages before the half. A pretty big opening there on 1st down. 8 yards up to the 33. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. On 2nd and 2, Taylor. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Final play of the half, it's Taylor. He's going to throw one up from the end zone. And this one too low. Well, LSU just 1/2 away from a national title. What a story this would be. Who's going to celebrate as national champions? 2 quarters to find out as we get set for the final half of the college football season. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The LSU offense already up and at the line. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
And he comes back with one complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So roughing the passer, 15-yard penalty.
And you notice how the offensive line responded. A couple went to check on the quarterback, and a couple went to the guy who hit the quarterback. No one likes to see their quarterback hit.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Back to throw here. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
Big roughing the passer penalty, Charles, and of course that's 15 yards.
And everyone knows how protected the quarterbacks are. You've got to make sure that when you launch at a quarterback that you're hitting him in the right spot and in the right time.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. And that is caught. It's an LSU touchdown from 3 yards out. And LSU adds on to their advantage. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, the LSU Tigers kick team out there to send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Clemson offense back out there ready for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Going to hand to Jewell. The pick up there, 5 yards.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On the carry, it's Jewell. And he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage with a penalty flag down. This might push him back further. They'll keep it on the ground. Jewell, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. 3 quarters have come and gone. Back now here on EA Sports, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. Throwing on 2nd and long. Taylor. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Now Taylor. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
In this situation, the dictation is coming from the defense, right? They're going to tell you, you can have 6, 7 yards, do that all the way downfield. It's just going to take the time off the clock. I think they've got to start attacking vertically a lot more.
He's going to let it fly. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. They run the counter. Crabtree. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Back to throw now on first down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll set up a throw. Avant's got it over the middle. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ballgame. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, Drake. And he is into the end zone for an LSU touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And LSU adds on to their advantage.
And we know they won't get their names in the stat sheet, but the offensive line has to get all the credit for that touchdown run. Tremendous job of blocking, paving the way for the 6 points.
After the touchdown, the LSU Tigers kick team out there to send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Clemson offense back out there ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the defense will get their hands on it. Going the other way. So now our referee looking at the sideline saying, are you sure? But yes, this defense has accepted the penalty. So that means they will not take possession on the fumble recovery. Well, not sure what. Taylor hit. He lost the football. And it'll be a turnover. This is going the other way.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing is ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
7 yards there on the first down screen play. Throwing left side, it's complete. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will score. Touchdown Clemson. Junior Gandy, 73 yards. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throw left side complete. That's Holmes. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brooks. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
Well, the party is on again in Baton Rouge. Back-to-back national championships now for the LSU Tigers.
For all my listeners out there,
No matter the game, that is what he aspires to be on and off the field. That competitive edge is something we both share. There's a lot of respect there. You know, I was an athlete forever, and I'm still a cutthroat competitor.
Both of you the exact same.
Neither of us had taken any shortcuts, and we both want to be disruptors.
The results from all your performance screenings were off the charts, which we expected. The DNA analysis helped too.
Yeah, you guys don't mess around. Man, I felt like a science experiment or something these last few weeks.
Everything counts. We track it all. Your sleep patterns, nutrition, lactate threshold, isokinetic testing. We need all that data to continue to personalize the plan for you.
Yeah, I have definitely been exposed to some things I've never thought about. Like speaking with the sports psychologist last week.
Take full advantage. It's not just how you perform on the field. I gotta be honest, I was a tad skeptical about you at first with all the buzz. You hear it all the time.
All right. So now that you met me, what do you think?
Everything we've seen on film has been on full display. I think that some people come here to train. They say they want to be like this. But they aren't ready to put in that type of work. They truly don't see themselves in that light. That's not the case with you. You're wired a little bit differently, I can tell. I'm glad you accepted the invite.
It was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Couldn't pass it up.
Hey, so I didn't tell you, but when we were hanging around at Nike, I got in contact with some reps for their other sponsored athletes. Russell Wilson's agent just emailed me. He's going to be hosting a charity game to raise funds for some local fields. You want in? It's going to be a pickup game in Hawaii sometime in March. They're still trying to nail down the exact date.
Wow. Hawaii, and we're giving back to the kids too? Yeah, you can definitely co-sign that one.
What if we told Zoe how to sit this one out? Hey, how about a little more enthusiasm? This is a big deal. You're not even in the league, and they're inviting you to line up against the best in the game.
I'm excited, I swear. I just couldn't imagine being in this position before. And to get back to the community, too.
I get that. It's not about fame or the flashing lights.
I was barely able to eat off the dollar menu when we met. To go from that to camps with pros, and now this.
You've got to enjoy these moments along the way. Got it?
I think you're just excited that you get to go to Hawaii.
Of course I am. And you're not letting me have my moment.
All right, Jay. It's hard knowing other dudes are gonna be out there. I know we talked about this.
I hear ya. I know you would crush every single one of those drills. But we both agreed it's too risky.
Honestly, bro, they already got your measurements, your 40 time. There's enough tape. You got nothing left to prove.
Everything I'm about is gonna get questioned.
Trust me. It's a calculated decision. And it's the right decision.
Exactly. It's not like you never have the chance to prove it, though. You know, we're gonna have some private workouts lined up. A GM is getting fired if they let you slip past 3.
I want to be number 1.
More prospects fall because of the team interviews. That's our focus. You don't have any meetings with teams until tomorrow. We just gotta get through the media row today.
I think it's coming across like I'm selfish. I don't love the game.
Don't fall for that trap, right? You know what they're trying to do. You've been in front of a mic before. Just let them know that it's an honor for you to be here in Indy and meet with teams.
We'll use tonight to prep what kind of interview questions you'll get. It's not just straightforward X's and O's. The most important thing is that you win in the team interviews. We need to head out. I'm gonna need you to take a deep breath. This is all part of the process.
All right. Yeah, I gotta be honest. I didn't expect to answer any questions about my favorite marine mammals. Not really my area of expertise.
Well, this one is a little more straightforward. Teams that pick near the top of the draft are generally concerned with how guys who've had a lot of success in college will handle it if that doesn't come overnight in the NFL.
Obviously, we're picking first overall for a reason. We've got a lot of holes in our roster that we need to fill. So if this is a process that takes some time, how are you going to respond?
I understand this is going to be a process. I'll be walking into a role where I'll be expected to be a leader pretty early on. So my number 1 priority is to lead by example from day 1. Work hard, be a great teammate, and become the best possible player that I can be. And together, in time, we'll turn the franchise around and become the example of organizational greatness in the NFL. Man, my agent warned me that some of these questions would be random. Yesterday I was asked about my favorite marine mammals. And now you guys got me singing karaoke? Man, I can't believe it.
Well, the good news is, and I don't mean any offense by this, but we know for sure your game tape is better than your singing.
Yeah, well, I'm glad we got that all figured out.
So if you don't mind, I want to go back to your last college season. It goes without saying that you had a prestigious career. But did you feel like you needed to win the national championship to validate it?
No doubt about it. When I made my college decision, I didn't set out to break records or even end up number 1 pick in the draft. My goal was to win national championships. Winning is all that matters to me.
2 minutes.
It's gonna be good to get back home.
Yeah, I got some good news before you came down. Your boy graduated, leveled up. Finally got Jordan to pass me her brand connects.
Not all of them.
From now on, I'm gonna be your go-to. First matter of business is to announce that Nike's doing a brand event with Saquon for their fall football products in New York, and they want you there a couple weeks before the draft.
What? I'm so down for that. Jay, I know your favorite pizza place is in Brooklyn, but trust me, we gotta hit up Orchard Street. I'm gonna call my boy Shady and set it up. Oh, we are gonna eat good.
That's what I'm talking about. New York, New York, this city's so nice they named it twice.
I can never lose what you throw.
This guy's a fool. So that's the situation. The Hawaii charity game that Russell Wilson is hosting is the same day as the Nike event in New York City that Zoe is heading to. And no, it's not possible to do both.
Man, that's tough. What do you think, Jay?
Well, the Nike event is a good opportunity to continue building up your brand. But the EA Sports event will help your brand in a completely different way. You know how it goes. I know it's a tricky decision, but that's life in the NFL.
That's what I've been waiting for.
Yeah, I get that. But what I mean is you're always going to have people pulling you in different directions. And there are only so many hours in a day to do everything.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So, what's it gonna be?
Giving thanks, hit a knee and pray. I go state to state.
We'll do it before 6 years time.
This like perfect timing, huh? They are way too fond of us. The party was jumping and then the fun stops. Life after death, so my time spent as a pit stop. I think I make them jump when I'm thinking backwards like crisscross. Looking outside and the flowers burn where the garden is. Rush past when they take a turn in the flower bed. These are angels from any Diego with no concern. You call them demons depending on how you like to earn. Cash rules everything around me. I ain't make the rules, we just use the tools that the government planted and consumed. You heard? These are really more than just words. Serious, I'm about my dough like I'm working for Mr. Burns. Serious, I'm about my art. Every day is a fight. Was a canvas to a mic and from Basquiat when I write. I see one time, 12 pull up, that's 5-0. I see a man in handcuffs screaming, we gon' be alright.
11 mighty! 11
The irony, sort of like a butterfly getting pimped, spreading wings and you'll find me. The silver lining is always hiding, you gotta find it. I see the block and then peep the climate, it's steady climbing. Our mama lost her baby, you know, steady crying. Gentrification, take all these buildings and then steady buying. Pushing out my loved ones, to them it's just a daily triumph. I say we buy the hood back and turn it into Zion. If I'm lying, I'm flying. I said it, I meant it. I own it, cement to this finished quicker. I got hooks to get him a hook like society's menace. I met a neighborhood chemist, told me all about the business. He said cash rules everything around me. Pick the method, man, then wind up in a scam with your mic in your hand. Like, what happened? Bruh, you ain't follow the plan. You got that cheesecake, then how you only make you a band? In the same time span, I get to clapping my hands. It's that easy. When breaking down the soul of a man, I only wear black hoodies when I chill with the clan, the squad, the gods. I'm here to show you I'm the man.
Here we go, here we go. Hot! 180! Legs hot! Turbo's hot! Here we go!
You gonna make everything happen. Before you judge, do your research. We hurt before I even think about us. I think of me first. The street had only brought me ether and random outbursts. I told the hood that I'ma come back, just get me out first. And quick to call me sell out when I'm on the outskirts. Want to know how I got there? I put in hard work. I know you want to get this money. You gotta be smart first. Pay attention, write the down, and repeat my verse. I don't with people that ain't on the same side.
I'm getting greedy, I blow the whole budget on me, that's on me, I'm conceited. Treaty, nah, that ain't how we treat it. This right here sound like a three-peat. I put this and it sound like I'm knee deep, I'm like, oh, you too needy. Me and HB going Juvie and BG, they gotta put my face on the box of Wheaties. I'm praying for whoever think they competing, salute when you see me. That's all he ever, so that's how you greet me. I'm going TM 101 Jeezy, and plus they got D2 on repeat.
I'm in
in a drop top McLaren, just hoping I see her ex. She hoping we reconnect, no chance. I'm trying to be bigger than the Beatles, not hold hands. Keep on throwing stones, I'ma make statues. No face tats, but people got my face tattooed. Freeing the damn by being free as I am. And speaking belief in the people sitting with reason to stand, who just might be needing a hand. I got you. Ninth wonder blessed, provided the gospel. I feel God like my fans all feel like apostles. Model your mind after mine and you gon' be just fine. Model your mind off these other guys and you gon' die. That's why I'm always at the head of the table, follow my lead. I'm a money tree, women trying to... You wasn't with me at my roots though. I've been on the quest for love, for women with her roots flowing potential like a JUCO. Athlete catch me in the backseat with on my lap, me in Utah. So we to a jazz beat, it's actually therapeutic. She classy, I'm Ferris Bueller. Swimming out in Turks and Caicos, beware the barracudas. I got heart, I'm the cause, my life is just the effect. I'm altering my reality, living in VFX. Made $500,000 and fell asleep on a jet. Club up, Atlanta ain't seen this since BMF. Put my account and reinvest. Gotta the stress. I might drop 2 platinum albums in a year like DMX. Keep on living in my light and let my faith just lead the way. Cause if I'm taking y'all's advice, I'm probably making y'all's mistakes. Instead, I'm out in Egypt just basking in the results of listening to myself and mapping out all my goals. My career is a course in self-confidence and how ownership leads to opulence. Adjust your oculus if you're trying to rise to prominence. Bust down the door, assert dominance. When you call your first conference, I'm honest with my women, that's probably why they all hate me. They focused on being Lori, I'm focused on being Jay-Z. The run that I'm on is gonna be longer than the Euphrates. Got a supermodel chick that's better than Tom Brady's. Rap game, bunch of clowns in disguise like you got 1 plaque and it's not even your song. I got 80. Lately y'all are lazy, waiting to be carried. A lot of y'all are dead, you just waiting to be buried. Listen, I've been high since Michelle and Barack. You got your mind if you think I'm gonna stop.
I didn't come this far, I only come this far. Gotta keep momentum swinging, keep momentum swinging. Come this far, I only come this far. Gotta keep momentum swinging.
Conversation alone in the mirror. I told myself before the year up, I'd be a homeowner and another millionaire up. My life crazy, but I'm way too busy to tear up. Just please keep them broke vibes from near us. We different, I'm not the one to converse. By the time you mumble your verse, I be in top 5 company, comfortably gunning for first. If it's rap for either one gon' come with some perks, the other coming with a 6-foot hole dug in the earth. Look, I know how them numbers looking. I don't gotta check stats. Good, but I still never text back. Being unsigned ain't never changed my potential. With every wave of a pencil and gaining momentum. Wanna walk in my shoes, but I'm not trading my Christian for Crocs. With Lil Rap, only craving attention. It's funny when you hot, but it's ugly when you not. Everybody doubt, then suddenly you pop. Sign them 360s and hope to do something for their stock. But I turned on more money than I got, and that's a lot. Had patience and it helped. I remember thinking make it big, then decorate the crib with paintings on myself, cause that's who I owe. You gotta give yourself credit, they definitely won't. You won't hear this flow so often, so treasure these quotes. As far as cheddar, we know enough that I'll probably never be broke. I'm used to not getting sleep, this a 24-hour business. Exercising my brain like 24-hour fitness. Haters look at my jewels, get the feel of resentment. Feeling like I posted by their friendship. I remember selling merch dolo, mailing my own shipments. Now I'm on, y'all think it's Christmas? Am I the one tripping? Even if you think you this nice, it's gonna be hard trying to match my ambition. I'm going on a rampage. House need a damn maid, my watch need a lampshade. Body language, everything, read what my hands say. I go a little slower if you need me to translate. Boss moves, keep options, that's how you plan safe. Just sealed the deal for 100 with a handshake. Weighing out the racks, a hustler who really made it out with rap. With the jewels in the bank accounts to match. The butcher.
I didn't come this far, I only come this far. Gotta keep momentum swinging, keep momentum swinging. Come this far, I only come this far. Gotta keep momentum swinging.
Yeah, when I first started recording, I swore it was more important to make it the Soul Train and a gold chain and some Jordans than making my own lane and then blazing a trail forward. I came from the old days where the vision was too distorted to come to an understanding. A partnership and planning for your marketing and branding. Though the office was abandoned, to my surprise and monetized like Morgan Stanley. I'm in a position now to make a difference for the family. My wife, kids, and in-laws deserve Renoirs, Picassos, and Warhols. The strength of my memoirs, a wealth of knowledge from experiences I've endured. Create the bars full of information like SIM cards. I left courtrooms as a defendant, fully acquitted in spite of the blood suckers who tried to sully my image and fighting with You tried to tell me I'm finished as if I'd ever considered the sky above as a limit. When I am the scientific, my honor, I'm dying with it. My kind of gifted is rare and requires a fairly different kind of spirit. Far as interference, I ain't trying to hear it. Being fearless, how I pioneered it to a higher terrifying peerless. I guess I am here cause ain't nobody near me on a pyramid, and I'm adhering to the game theory. I maintain momentum and I made a name clearly, but I can't stop. I believe it's no rest for the weary. From the cards I was dealt to awards on my shelf, I turned scars to a sense of regard for myself. Based on where I set the bar, I made it hard for myself. I lent a hand before my brothers called for my help when I was still in aspiring. Right for the firing, trying to find a part-time job site that was hiring. Never concerned with the age of the height requirements. Trying to shake the ways of the hood like the violence. Watching the homies being forced into early retirement or stuck as another product of their environment. I was told that achieving a goal starts with trying it. The prize, keep your eye on it. Hard work, rely on it and nothing else. Don't just hustle for your health. Fear ain't gonna do nothing for you until you secure your wealth. Focus on the top. I've been hot since before. You out your mind if you think I'ma stop. Yeah.
I didn't come this far, I only come this far. Gotta keep momentum swinging, keep momentum swinging. Come this far, I only come this far. Gotta keep momentum swinging, keep momentum swinging.
Cause your pockets on E, let it talk, so they talk about D, yeah, ay. And the haters I don't see, got a problem, and that's where we gon' be, ay. Yeah, I gotta keep it G, mama hate it, but that's how I gotta be, yeah, ay. I'm in love with counting cheese, always grinding, so I'm never catching Z's, yeah. Wash your hands when you talk to me, you stalking me. You was not the boss of me, get off of me, yeah, ay. Like a mosquito, you not off of me. Take you out, don't care about what it's causing me. Skirt. Riding in the ghost like it's haunting me. I don't pick up phone, I'm just gonna ask you what you want from me. Yeah, ayy. Demons wildin' lately, they been taunting me. So my diamonds shine that extra bright, you know I'm flaunting it. Yeah, big now. You know what the team that you can get down. Yeah, that's what it was and what it is now. Yeah. Bro, make me sick now. We know that's easy. Go gonna push your wrist down. Yeah, ayy, shit. They been telling me I'm it now. Getting crazy looks and so I'm walking with the stick now. Yeah. I ain't even got money like that, but I'm Hollywood. I'm moving like I'm rich now. Ay. Cause your pockets on E, let it talk, so they talk about D. Yeah. Ay. And the haters I don't see, got a problem, and that's where we gon' be. Yeah. Ay. Yeah, I gotta keep it G, mama hate it, but that's how I gotta be. Yeah. Ay. I'm in love with counting cheese, always grinding, so I'm never catching Z's. Yeah. Ay.
Okay, we vibe with it. Open your mind with it. Hoping your people understand and they find spirit. Remember people asking me if I would write lyrics. Oh well, most would fail with the mic in it. Might kill it. Barney with the hat finish. Never shy with it, no else. See your brother come and shine with it, oh hell. If they wanna come and try, rip it coattails. I ain't even gonna lie with it. When I'm on the mic killing, gonna have to 5 minutes. I've been going high with it. Yeah, I'm gonna find mimics then. Kill the mood and feel the force. Fill the door, craft a milk, then we spill some more. Tea, drink that, and then we sit back. And then we put up our feet and make a sick track. And I've been cooking for weeks, I made a big batch. And I've been pulling receipts, I need a gift wrap. Open up your mind. Open up your mind. Open up your mind. Open up your mind. Okay, we vibe vibe with it, open your mind with it. Hoping your people understand and they find spirit. Remember people asking me if I would write lyrics. Oh well, most would fail with the mic in it. Still, most that fail don't know the spell. I've been coasting for weeks, my bros are well. When they're slow and they're weak, I hold their L's. Now we glow in the streets to show the trail. Well, man, them wanna try and flex with a G. I'm the next best if they wanna step in the scene. Seeing what you wanna bark a lot at the dogs. Don't play around, so don't cool the bloods. I simmer down and don't touch the pot. And try and figure how we know who the plots are. Man, them wanna try and flex with a G. So protect next if they wanna mess with the team. Your mind. Open up 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 your mind.
My life revolved around palm trees, church bells, and harmonies. Used to walk McKinley Street 138 just to hit the swap me. If I ain't got it, cousin got it, sister got it, auntie say she got me. And now I got it, cousin got it, sister got it, auntie got it. Yeah, drive by, we duck and dodge, real dodges, we was trying to make it home. Cause home base the only place you feel safe, we was never on our own. Coordinator, dollar maker, corn lady, she was early moan. Hustler, I had to get a true religion, rock away right out the trunk. My life revolved around palm trees, but ain't sweet cause I done lost homies. My life revolve around palm trees, but ain't sweet cause I done lost homies. Yeah, from the 105 to the 45 to the 101 and almost done. I bring it back to the 110 to the 91 and safe to say, this is the place that made me this way. Palm trees to hide the shade, 100 degrees it's hot today. Wanna lay low and hibernate, red skies, the bluest days. Pop, I feel like the modern day, meaning that I got a lot to say. Yeah, and they wanna ride the wave, but this ain't the beach, the tide is safe. Everybody outside feel like parade, everybody outside don't be afraid. Yeah, and grandma pray, with the same hands part of my braids. I know the song the birds gon' sing. When they finally get free from the cage, it goes this way. Like, my life revolve around palm trees, but ain't sweet cause I done lost homies. My life revolve around palm trees, but ain't sweet cause I done lost homies. My life revolve around palm trees, but ain't sweet cause I done lost homies. My life revolve around palm trees, yeah, and they'll do you dirty like laundry.
Here we go. Mizzou 87, Mizzou 87. Stand, ready, set.
Looked at my wrist, I got time today. I'm crossing the line today. The hate be so real, the love be fake. Be bumping they gums and bumping my tape. Don't go against me, they ask for my help. Go get out your feelings and get it yourself. Might got the same shoes, but you ain't gon' step. That you just put out, you could've kept. Yup, she got a, he got a shirt. Why? You can't compete when you can't compare. She ate the through my. Got up and got herself out of there. I see they put me on memes and things. Don't speak on my life without knowing the real. 8 figures a year, what it cost me to live. Don't hold it, just say what you feel. But watch your mouth before I fly at you. To a place that she didn't exist. Mediterranean water, my wrist. Keeping them I'm talking my 6-figure check for a show, man, I'm lit. Let's celebrate now, my bag legit. With me, with whatever I'm with. Didn't know who did it, got everybody hit. I don't like nobody. We can get gangster, we can keep it cordial, how you wanna go back. I don't backtrack, man. I don't move nobody.
So it's a method to my madness. Trying to flip a, get my daughters in gymnastics, please. I got mouths that I got to feed. I can't stop the counting on me. To make up weight that's without protein. So I make waves that's without no grease.
Gun.
She the baddest, space cool. It's the fastest, anything I want. That's the status. Yeah. Take you around the world, across the Atlas, Bad Arabia. Princess Jasmine, stuff $1 million cash in the mattress. When I put it out, she make it vanish. Said she wanna see me now. Set the address, hop up in my Chevy drop. It's a classic, I just get up, hit a casket. Then I threw my neck a pool party. I told Ye to drop the OG new body. I told Ye to run for president. He said, Dallas, you too good to put your voice on that generic. Run the crib, it's a palace, my new.
Wishing that I would've quit, looking good, feeling goody. For all the things that I couldn't get, made a list and I check them off. Small circle when you're not involved. Came from nothing, got a ball, and I ain't with a lot of y'all. I told them then how I tell them now. Gonna be different this time around. Half of you is dying out, begging for to fly you out, making your money by down. You sitting here lying about. Heard you was over there hiding out. I give you something to cry about. Bank account stacking, money off rapping. Be capping since you was popping. Tell me what happened. Looking tragic, I get it cracking. Money long and it don't fold. Get it cracking. Hey, love.
With me since I was a small fry. And your ex-man, that's my little guy. I know some that'll kick him to the coastline. I'm on west side, playing road signs. You got some fake friends, they just told lines. Text and reply, baby, till my phone died. You know he lied if I said he don't lie.
Yeah, I'm lining up, divining to my timing up, I'm climbing up. You won't see me folding up, you icy but ain't cold enough. Feeling like the chosen one. Obstacles I overcome, they label me as troublesome. Rather see me down on my luck, but look, he powered up. Had to trust myself, if it ain't felt, it ain't real enough.
Nola 7-8, Nola 7-8. Ready, go.
Got a paddock on my wrist going nuts. Caught me slipping once, okay, so what? Someone hit your block up, I tell you if it was us. Man, a house in Rosewood, it too plush. Say my day's a number, but I keep waking up. Know you see my text, baby, please say something. By the glass, and then a cheapskate, huh? Gotta move on my release day, huh? This is fame, not clout. I don't even know what that's about. Watch your mouth. Baby got an ego twice the size of the crib. I can never tell it is what it is. Said what I had to and did what I did. Never turn my back on FBG, God forbid. Virgil got the paddock on my wrist, doing front flips. Giving you my number, but don't hit me on no dumb. Working on the weekend like usual. Way off in the deep end like usual. Swear they passed us, they doing too much. Hadn't done my taxes, I'm too turned up. Virgil got a paddock on my wrist going nuts. Caught me slipping once, okay, so what? Someone hit your block up, I tell you if it was us. Man, a house in Rosewood, it too plush.
It's cool, man. Got red bottles on. Life is good. You know what I mean?
100,000 for the cheapest ring on the finger, look. I done flew one out to Spain to be in my domain automotive. Dropped $3 on the ring, cause it's been the truck, look. I was in the circle, they ain't been the same since. Granted, she was standing right there while I catch a play on them. I made them look, go ahead while I Taliban in this. I done been down bad in them trenches, had to ride with that stick. Who gave you gave that? Central in the lick. Too many convicts, they enrolled me to play in it. Graduate nonsense, get old summer spreading. Here we go. They had the counter like lighting it up. Anybody, yeah. I'm on it up.
Salute when you see me on dear. I got the heart of a god and a genie. I want you to love me, I want you to need me. When I this face is Fiji. I gotta get back to the hood. I remember when I was the needy. Clean me up, squeaky. She fell in love, deeply. Sleepy. They like what I say, they repeat me.
Ready? London 71.
Back in the day, I was broke with no dollar. Now I got Gucci all over my collar. I do this for my mama, my brother, my papa, my sister. I got you. Sharp as a needle, I'm really a scholar. I can be evil, so don't even bother. I'm not with the drama, got too many commas. Not worried about nada. I'm cool on my dollar. Back in the day, I was broke with no dollar. Now I got Gucci all over my collar. I do this for my mama, my brother, my papa, my sister. I
scholar. I can be evil, so don't even bother. I'm not with the drama, got too many commas. Not worried about nada, Hakuna Matata. I put the from the in my body. Some about tweak off some. I feel amazing, can't nobody stop it. My business is jumping like this on the alley. Trying to explain it, but nobody get me. Leaving my homies, then they coming with me. I give all this service, but nobody tip me. They use me and move on as soon as I'm empty. I can't count a penny, a dollar, a Benji. I swipe for some thousand, my wallet got plenty. No action for any, I'm sorry, I'm stingy. I was this way from the beginning. They say I'm changing, I never agree. Even with millions, I'm still DDG from the Pontiac streets. Bought a mansion for me. Asking for me, why they asking for me? Cause I'm actually rich and I'm having it factually. Ain't gonna help it manually. Millions and millions come annually. I'm stacking the paper up gradually. It's a little band to me. I got 100K randomly. If he hating, he a fan of me. Back in the day, I was broke with no dollar. Now I got Gucci all over my collar. I do this for my mama, my brother, my papa, my sister. I got you. Sharp as a needle, I'm really a scholar. I can be evil, so don't even bother. I'm not with the drama, got too many comments. Not worried about nada, Hakuna Matata. Back in the day, I was broke with no dollar. Now I got Gucci all over my collar. I do this for my mama, my brother, my papa, my sister. I got you. Sharp as a needle, I'm really a scholar. I can be evil, so don't even bother. I'm not with the drama, got too many comments. Not worried about nada, Hakuna Matata. I don't mess with you, big stop, big stop. Let's go. I'm just trying to get my money cross. I'm going off. I'm going off. 3, 2, 1. I'm going off. I'm going off. 3, 2, 1.
Misunderstood, everything's all good, please don't kick me out. I got enough inside of footage when my foot is from my mouth. I got in touch, getting me in touch with my emotions. It's my promotion, why not the one enrolled, getting chosen? Corner in, walking, wrist frozen, making mode and a billionaire with a Bentley in the back. The label called a mill, but I still ain't seen a scratch.
Papi.
You see scratch ain't better than, cause by comparison I'm basically just talk about everything. I almost didn't release this song.
I've been sitting back cool and I've been watching the game. I've been looking late. Everybody show up. They keep asking where the real bars at and where the real stars at. I'm ready to see. You know she about to go out. Look, I never said I was a gangster, but I'm harder than you. And I smart and I know everything you know about. Like, playing with a they be running with the ops. I don't surprise me. Look, I be trying to stop.
Take a shot, show 'em never miss. Nah, trust me, it ain't with the risk. Yeah. You gon' feel it in a kiss, you gon' feel like you the one. You just want us on the list, don't do it, ayy. Don't say I didn't warn you. It's all love, I'm just looking out for you. I don't know how she got like that. I'm still trying to get the old me back. Ayy, looks could kill. You would be most wanted. On the run, yeah, running through my mind, ayy. Fatal by design, most wanted.
Shorty who's about to turn 40, I'm talking my page just shooting the breeze. Brothers and boys, but bothering it wasn't a whipping or raining, I keep it a G. Turn out the streets, me disturbing the peace. Cause it don't feel the same. When you ain't what's my name? Going insane. Everything changed. When you ready the top going crazy. And this feels amazing. Cause they used to never show love. If you want with me, baby, just with me. Don't act for gazy. Cause that would be crazy. Ain't no need for frontin' my love. I'm at the top of the top of the top of the top going crazy. And this feels amazing. Cause they used to never show love. If you wanna with me, baby, just with me. Don't act for gazy. Cause that would be crazy. Ain't no need for frontin' my love. I'm the happiest that I've ever been. Better at getting fucked with a grin. Big like
Struggling and hustling backwards. Reverse all that nonsense. Become a road master. Because they say don't even see happen. They go the sound of my siren. I go 100, I'm flying. I barely made it in time. And I got this white versus fully laced up. Just in case I got a dip and run away from her. Here we go now. Yeah, welcome to the showdown. Middle of the main street. This house about to go down. Wish that I could say I was the one that got away with little shorty look right my way. If looks could kill. Let's go now. Let's go. Let's go. You got a feeling? Let's go, man. That's right, time. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go do this. Get in the back right now. Let's go. Let us get to
Well, you just heard it from the man himself. Life is a bit different now since the last time he wore an LSU Tigers uniform. I mean, just imagine spending the weekend in New York City with Saquon Barkley and a who's who of Nike athletes. But what he does on the practice field this week in a handful of private workouts will mean a whole lot more than what he did in the 5 borough.
Working on a weekend like usual. Way off in the deep end like usual. Swear they passed us, they doing too much. Haven't done my taxes, I'm...
On the set. Next guy, next guy.
Okay, ready? Ready? Almost there, a little more. Set! Zona 88! Hut! Set! Ready? London 71! Set! Go! On the double! Well done! Sit! Hut! Set! Hut! Dallas 92! Ready, set, hot!
So close, one more.
All right, Coach. We'll sync up later on.
It's great to meet you, Coach. Thanks for stopping in.
Well, looks like you're stuck with me now.
Nah.
Hey, man, I don't want you to get a big head or anything, because watching film is the one thing in the world that I love doing. But I think I've watched every single snap of yours from college. I don't think I've seen a more well-rounded player at your position.
Thank you, Coach. I appreciate that.
I mean that. But here's what I want to know. Where does that come from? Because it's more than just God-given talent.
Definitely, man. Look, this is my whole life. I want to be the greatest. And to do that, I have to outwork everyone at everything. In the film room, in the practice field, in the gym on game day. Yeah, perfect. We'll definitely be in touch.
Yo, life as a superstar is gonna be real sweet, ain't it? You ain't even played a single NFL snap yet.
Think about what it's gonna be like a year from now.
Rookie of the
We are not only with the projected #1 pick of the NFL draft, we are also joined by his agent, Jordan Ryan. You know, you don't see a lot of players sign with a relatively unknown agent. How'd you convince him to sign?
She's more hungry than I am. You need those types of people.
I didn't have to convince him. You know, you've seen it all and heard it all. There was a lot of doubt when he made the announcement, but we knew what the reaction would be.
She just had to be herself. You're just a number out there with some people, but her vision, her path, she's gonna change the game, and I'm committed to making it happen.
Well, she has to be good to get you to sign with Nike. Did they give you the LeBron deal?
We don't disclose numbers.
All right.
Getting him in with Nike was a big deal for me. The greatest athletes in the world are a part of this family. He should be no different.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the biggest you made it moments over the last few months. There's been a ton of them, no doubt, but getting the chance to take part in this event was a huge deal.
The Nike swoosh looks good in you, I'll say that. And you made your way to Canton the other day.
I did, and it's something every football fan needs to do. We have to pay homage to the game.
So as you get prepared to be selected in the upcoming draft, potentially first overall, it has to have special meaning for you to go there and be immersed in football history, right?
Only 14 players in NFL history have been drafted #1 and made it to the Hall of Fame. But I fully intend on being number 15.
You heard the man. He thinks he's Hall of Fame bound, and I'm certainly not going to provide any opposition to that. If I were a betting woman, I'd say he'd be returning to Canton someday as a Hall of Famer. I wish you nothing but the best of the draft tomorrow.
This was fun, Nia. Appreciate you.
I met a shorty who's about to turn 40. I'm talking my we just shooting the breeze. Brothers and porches, but popping in horses. The whip in the rain and I keep it a G. Turn out the streets, we disturbing the peace.
This is the first time I ever seen you look nervous.
I'm good.
You kick it like a benefactor's benefactor. But truthfully, we know you never been a factor. Well, honestly, the truth is that you've been an actor. And now your action got them boys, got the max up. Lectures from the devil got you piping hot. This something you get.
The Home tab is your personal dashboard. Keep track of your goals, stats, and information on your weekly opponent at a glance. Manage your activities using the list of items on the left.
on, man. They holding out on me in the preseason. I didn't even get a choice.
Hey, be patient. You're gonna have the keys to the city soon enough.
Man, I'm trying to line up already.
Take it as a sign of respect. Obviously, the franchise value you. Look, let that anticipation build. You feel me?